I want to talk about sowing and reaping, but sowing and reaping about in relationship. Many young men, whether black or white or African or American, but this is a heavy thing in African culture. That's why I want to address it. And what am I addressing? In your young years, your young days, in your 20s and early 30s, you will date a lot of women, and some of you will mess them up. Cheat on them, deceive them, verbally, physically, emotionally, sexually abuse and abandon them. You just damage them, and then you dump them. When you hit 35 and 40, then you're looking for a pure, undamaged, undiluted, uncontaminated virgin to marry. Really, this is an African thing. So all your years of dating before you got married, all the women you have hurt and abused and damaged and dumped. Now you want to get married. Now you want a pure virgin that has never been tampered with, whether sexually or emotionally. Somebody that is pure, not only in a virgin sense, like a sexual virgin, but virgin like mentally, emotionally. They have never been in a relationship, so they are just pure and innocent. That's who you want to marry. Well, I got news for you. There's something called sowing and reaping. I say there's a law that God put into effect. Whether you Christian, Muslim, or atheist, you practice that law, it will happen to you. You sow seed. You have damaged and destroyed the lives of many women in your years when you're handsome Charlie. In Liberia, we call it handsome Charlie. But in your young days, running around, Mr. Handsome Stud, sowing your wild oats and your royal oats everywhere, and then you drop these women. And then when it's time, when you want to settle down, you want to go find somebody that's pure, that hasn't been touched. Whether virginal, whether by her virginity, or mentally, emotionally, she's innocent, she's naive, she's just pure. How do you think that's going to happen? Will God be a fair and just God to give you somebody, daughter that is pure, that hasn't been tampered with, whereas you have damaged somebody else's daughter? Who will marry that one? So for the generation, my generation and going forward, in my 40s, but the generation in their 20s and going forward, I beg of you. First of all, don't get yourself involved. If you know you are messed up, you yourself. You know you're emotionally, physically messed up and damaged. Don't invite somebody into your mess you call relationship or marriage when you know you need help. Stay by yourself. Work on yourself. Work with yourself. Mentally, emotionally, physically develop yourself. Then you can invite somebody into your life. When you are messed up, then you invite somebody into your mess you call marriage or you call relationship. It's wrong. This cycle has to be broken. This madness cannot continue for the next generation, and we expect to continue to give birth to a healthy society called the black race. It cannot continue to go on. I'm sorry, it cannot. So men, stop sleeping around in your 20s and 30s, and then when you're ready to get married, you want to go find somebody who hasn't been touched, who hasn't been tampered with, who has been pure. She has never been in a relationship, whether emotional relationship, whether sexual, she's pure. That's when you want to marry. When you forgot the seed you have sown, it's called sowing and reaping. You damage somebody else's daughter, you didn't marry them, you're not going to marry yourself a virgin. You're going to marry somebody else's leftover. So we're all damaged. You dated somebody, you dumped them, you hurt them, you cheated on them, you left them. You went to find somebody else, you married them. But that person who you're marrying is a damaged product of somebody else's relationship. Just like you, who they're marrying you, you are also a damaged product from another failed relationship. You see how the vicious cycle continues? Can we end it? You see how the cycle is vicious and it never seems to end? And those demons that you have collected from sleeping around, you bring that demon into your marriage and you marry the other person. They're bringing their own demons. And together, you got a house full of demons and demoniac. And they say they want to have marriage. They want to play house. They want to give birth. You see the madness? You see? Even the women. In their young days, when they're young and pretty and sexy and had all the courage and all this stuff, they were in their young days in the college. I'm not judging you, but we want to talk the truth now. We want to be raw. This is not about judging or condemning. So, because some Africans will come here with their self-righteous, their dull mind, they will miss the whole point and say, don't judge. Who are you to judge? This is not a matter of judging. This is a matter of talking the truth. So we can address the issue. Admitting we have a problem, addressing the issue is not judgment. Judgment is saying you are evil, you're going to hell. Addressing that we have an issue in our society, in our culture, addressing that issue and finding a solution and talking about it and shining a light on the problem to find a solution is not called judgment. It's called discussion. Mental, emotional, and civilized and intelligent people will know to bring the problems to the table to find a solution. A person who is brainwashed by religion and religion has deprived them of the privilege of becoming critical thinkers, they will come and say, don't judge. I'm not here for that nonsense. You put that on George, I will delete and block both of you in your comment, because that means this video, this channel, this conversation is not for you. It's only for the wise, the mature, the intelligent, the civilized, and those who are sick and tired of being sick and tired, those who want to find a solution to Africa's problem, beginning with themselves, beginning with me. This channel, this video is for you. The rest of you want to say, don't judge, it's not for you. Switch off now and keep stepping. Now, as I was saying, the young women in their young days, when you're beautiful and slim and sexy, in your maybe teenage, late teenage, early 20s and 30s, you also were sleeping around and dating with married men, isn't it? Hello, let's be honest. Now you are married in your 40s and 50s, and guess what? Somebody messing, some other young girl messing with your husband, what are you going to do? You praying for her to die. You call her the strange woman, and she should die. But you forgot once upon a time, you too was a strange woman. So if that person had prayed for you to die, I'm sure they did, because it's a common prayer in the African culture. So if that person had prayed for you, the strange woman, to die, you wouldn't be alive to be married now to pray for another strange woman to die. You see the seed? You see the thing called sowing and reaping? You slept with somebody's husband in your young days. Now you are married. Somebody else sleeping with your husband. You wanted to pray for them to die. It's called sowing and reaping. When will it end? Will it ever end? Do we want it to end? Do we want to even address it? Do we want to even acknowledge it? Or want to sweep the carpet and sweep the problem under the carpet and pretend like it doesn't exist? Isn't that what got Africa in the mess she's in today? We don't want to discuss anything. Anything that will bring any kind of betterment or solution or resolution to our problems, we don't want to address. We want to only talk about and discuss things that have nothing, that have no benefit to our growth, our personal or corporate growth. We don't want to discuss anything that has to do with growth. No, it says useless gossip and idle chat. We can talk about that for hours. Idle chat, useless gossip, idle shallow conversation. We can spend hours talking about that. But you want to go deep and cut deep and go to the root cause of our problem. Nobody wants to address it. And when you try to address it, you say, don't judge. Who are you to judge? I don't have time for that. Don't even come with me with your foolishness. You will be blocked. Yes. So back to my problem, to my question, or my issue, or my renting, whatever you want to call it. Back to it. Young men and young women, they see that you are sowing right now in your life, that you call relationship, and you happen to dump that person for whatever reason. Listen, you will reap it. Every one of us will reap it. You may not like it. You cheat on somebody, the person love you, they take care of you, and you find somebody else who you think is better, and you dump them, and you don't even have the decency to call them or to break up with them privately or whatever, and you move on, and you think it is well because they don't call you, or they don't have anything to do with you. That seed you sow, it will find you. Every man will reap what they sow. If that person's heart was clean and pure towards you and it had no evil, and you treated them like trash, you will reap it. Every one of us will reap what we sow. You won't get away with it. Don't think you're not going to pray it away. You're not going to fast it away. You're not going to sow seed away. There's something called sowing and reaping. My friend, you will reap it. So since you don't want to reap evil, you don't want to reap pain and heartache and disease and whatever, please begin to live a life of peace. If you know you're not ready for a relationship and you are messed up and you are broken and are damaged, stay alone and work on yourself and fix yourself before you invite somebody into your mess you call relationship and end up messing them up and dumping them and keep moving on, and the vicious cycle continue, and we all damaging each other left, right, and center, and then at the end of our life we want to settle down and have a marriage and live happily ever after, but you are so nothing but seed of damage, destruction, confusion, dissension. You are even, some of you have wrecked marriages along the way in your young life. Now your time to settle down. You want to have a peaceful, live happily ever after marriage. Excuse me. It's called sowing and reaping. So beloved, let's all check our heart. Now and going forward, I keep saying, if you know you're not ready for a relationship, don't cling to somebody and then look to them to even make you happy. It is nobody's job to make you happy and feel fulfilled but yourself. When you are secure and happy and fulfilled within yourself, and you meet another person who is happy and secure within themselves, then together you can live a life happily ever after, if there's even such a thing. But you are broken, damaged, destroyed, wounded. You meet somebody else who is broken, you put it together, what's going to have? A bunch of broken mess. A bunch of broken, damaged people that are trying to put the pieces of their brokenness back together, working on their individual demons and their individual struggles and their individual weaknesses. Isn't it? Marriage does not solve the problem and make it go away. It actually shine a light and even make the problem even look more bigger than it is. So by yourself, your problem may be small. When you go and find somebody else, you live with them, your problem will be exasperated. So let's work on ourselves. Let's fix ourselves. But I'm addressing Africans, the black race, the African culture. Don't go mess around, sleep around in your young years and expect to marry a Hail Mary and a virgin. And women, don't sleep around with people, somebody else's husband or boyfriend or fiance, or you stole somebody's fiance, you stole somebody's boyfriend, you caught somebody marriage, and then years later, whatever happened, it didn't work out. Now you want to get married, you want to have a perfect husband, a man of God, this and that. You don't sow what you don't sow, you're about to reap. You're not going to pray that way. However, you can get along with God, cry in your heart and repent. Ask him to forgive you. That maybe you did out of ignorance, naivete, whatever the reason was, forgive me. I don't want to reap this. So is there anything I can do to correct this? Help me, Lord. But we don't even want to address the issue. When they say, oh, don't judge. We don't even want to address. That's how come we're living in lives with so much pain, so much disappointment, discouragement, no success in life, in marriage, in career, in business, because we just want to, with Africans, we don't want to address any problems. We want to continue to sweep the problem under the rug, like as if it doesn't exist or it never existed. And you know it doesn't. That's not how you solve a problem, my friend. We have swept the problem under the carpet for so long, the carpet is mountain high. Now I've come to pull the carpet off, and one by one we'll put those problems and solve it. We'll address it. We'll talk about it until we find a solution. We'll put our heads together. We'll put our hearts together. We'll put our resources, our talents, our prayers, whatever will contribute and begin to solve the problems of Africa mentally, emotionally, financially, spiritually, sexually, intellectually. Africa, a broken people, needs help. May God help you. May God help me. May God help all of us. Thank you. My name is Dagnet. I don't know if there's anything I said that made sense to you, that irritated you, that resonated with you, that piss you off, that make you love me, love to hate me, hate to love me, whatever. I don't care anymore. I'm to the point like, if you love me, great. If you hate me, great. That's where I'm at. Your words now is like waters on a dog's back. I'm not moved. I'm just tired. Playing the games, pretending, putting on the masks when everything is not okay, when it is not even well with my own soul. I beg of you, Africa, Africans, let's wake up. Let's address the issues at hand. That we're a broken and damaged people and we need help. If we don't get help, there may never be a chance in the future for Africa. So if we even want to make Africa great, we can have some of the brightest of mind, but if they're emotionally unstable, they will destroy the country the same way. We can have the most talented, gifted artists and sculptors and painters and authors. If they're emotionally and mentally damaged and unstable, what good is that gift? Now, you may not be 100% perfect in your emotional stability, but let's get to the point that we know and we acknowledge that this is my fault, this is my flaws, this is my weakness, this is my issue. I need to work on this. Let me get some help, as opposed to making excuses, justifying it, using religion, and don't judge, and don't air our dirty laundry. I'm going to air it. I'll tell you that right now. I'm going to air my own. I'm going to air your own. I'm going to air Africa's dirty laundry, because we need to bring the dirty laundry out of the closet because it's stinky and it needs to be washed. Thank you.